Well, now that Tani's eyes are done, now it's safe to now do her foundation. We've cleaned up around underneath her eye, and if you're ever wondering, how do I clean up in case I get some stuff there? I like putting a little bit of my moisturizer on a Q-tip and rubbing that underneath the eye as opposed to an eye makeup remover. Clean up with a little bit of your moisturizer. This way you kind of hydrate that area and it doesn't leave it too slippery, greasy feeling from your eye makeup remover. So, skin. Very popular these days is a what do you call it? A foundation primer. Now look, I'm brushing this on Tani's skin, but you can't even see it. It's invisible. And in fact, when you do your foundation, I'm gonna say this a million times, but we're trying to make skin look like skin. So it's very important that when you apply this, you apply it thin and you brush your product out thoroughly. You notice that my brush strokes always from the center of the face out. So what this primer is going to do is it's going to make Tani's skin significantly smoother, if that's at all possible, because she takes such good care of her skin, but still smoother for makeup's sake. The makeup is going to wear better and longer on her skin. And if you're not sure how much you have on, just take your finger and feel your cheeks. Feel your cheeks for us, right? It's a little bit smoother, a little bit softer, a little bit more glidey. And now she's ready to go. You can use a little bit of this under your eye. I'm okay with that, just not too much. We don't want to build up too much. Now, take a look at Tani's face. The area that you should be most concerned with when doing your makeup is that area that I call the Photoshop V, which is right through from the lip up past the corner of the eyes. Anything that distracts from eyes and lips between here and here needs to be neutralized before you do your foundation. So you notice with Tani, two things are going. Redness through the nose, just caused by congestion, right, from the orifices here. And also she has a natural shadow right there. So we want to neutralize both of those. So for the redness, a great way to neutralize anything that's red is use a green. So I'm using a green concealer and I'm patting it on my finger and then I'm pressing it onto her nose this way. Pat, 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 pat. I don't want you to never rub your concealer. All you do is just take it off. When you're putting on anything on the skin, you want to build up away from the skin in a smooth fashion. Rubbing, not good. Patting, good. It's also good for your circulation. Feel good, Tani? Be gentle. So you see, I'm not trying to cover her redness, I'm neutralizing it. Now you notice that natural shadow happening right there? What we want to do is just pick a skin tone concealer and put a little bit of a natural concealer just in those areas where we tend to be slightly shadowed. In this way, turn towards me slightly, in this way, in almost any light, you're still going to look smooth and young. It's our little secret weapon that nobody needs to know because it hides underneath our foundation. This is also great for photography, by the way. So turn back again. No, I also noticed she might have a little shadow just in the corner of the mouth. You see that little shadow right there? What that can do is draw the mouth down on the corner. Nobody wants that. So what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate that. I like to take the same skin tone concealer and I just flick it from the corner of the mouth up past the corner of the lip. And just brightening that corner, making the corners of the mouth turn up more. And that's it. And now her skin is prepared for foundation. So with foundation, again, we're trying to make skin look like skin, so I don't want you to use too much. I'm going to take a small amount of foundation, and if we can see this, I'm putting just a very small amount on the tip of my brush. Okay, that's all I'll use every time I put more foundation on her face. Turn towards me, please. I take a small amount of the foundation and I start to brush evenly and smoothly from the center of the face out. You notice I keep brushing until there is nothing left to brush. That's what's most important. If you start brushing, turn back a little bit. If you start brushing, putting more on the face and you still have some sitting on the face, you're definitely gonna look like makeup woman by the time you get to the office or wherever it is you're ending up that day. So what you wanna do is you wanna blend this out as smoothly as possible. I'm very systematic in how I apply my foundation, meaning I do one side, then the other, and then I go back, and I just kind of work in compartments or sections on the face until I'm completely satisfied. Don't try to get all the coverage you're looking for on the first pass with the brush. That's not how it works. Makeup has buildable coverage, and so you have to work with the makeup. You know, work the way it works, and you'll get much better success. So what I mean by that is do a thin layer over the whole face first, and then step back from the mirror and take a look, and where you need more coverage, now you can step back in and do a little bit more makeup. So we just did one thin layer. Her forehead looks very, very smooth. Cheeks, very, very smooth. Still just a little bit of congestion right through here. So all we're gonna do is take a small amount of foundation, and now that this makeup on her face has had a moment to set up a little bit, dry a little bit, my next layer is gonna go on a little bit more effectively. And that way we can blend and smooth on this second layer of foundation without taking off the first. We blend, blend, blend. And before you know it, everything looks nice and smooth. She looks great. Turn this way. I want you to flick the brush off the end of the jawline this way. I don't want you to run the brush along the jawline. Flick it so that it disappears as it goes into the neckline. After you get your first layer of foundation on, step back, take a look and go, where else do I need more coverage? And as I look at Tani with her beautiful skin, she looks really, really good, but I'll take just a thin layer of foundation right through the center of the face, just to give me that little extra amount of coverage. Again, I don't want any distraction between the eyes and the lips. So I want you to watch this, turn slightly this way. Your final strokes of your brush are always outward and downward, and they flick off the jawline. Don't run the brush along the jawline. Basically, the foundation is heaviest, medium, and disappearing before it gets to the neckline. So it's just a nice flick, flick, flick. Make sure everything's done. Also, if you have a buildup around the hairline, you want to feather. Just take the brush and you feather it back and forth along the hairline just to dissipate and make the foundation disappear. And that's foundation. If you're watching this at makeupgourmet.com, I've listed my current favorite products to achieve this look. Click on one and try it. If you're not at makeupgourmet.com, go there now to see my favorite product picks for this look, as well as everything else we have to offer. How to apply, what to buy. makeupgourmet.com.